The single man trap. You know, one of the benefits of being single is being able to choose what you want to do and when you want to do it. I'd have to say that something has to be very, very appealing to me in order for me to make a move. But isn't that kind of like the way of all humans? In order for you to decide that you're gonna go ahead and do something, it's gotta draw you. It's gotta be something that's very, very interesting to you, to wanna use calories in order to obtain it or in order to experience it. The single life is a fantastic life if you realize what you have. If you don't realize what you have, then you'll go on these different paths that take you to areas that you might not want to go. I used to feel that way. I used to feel like, gosh, something needs to be added to me in order to feel like there's a reason for living. You know, there's something that's out there that is my reason for living. If you look inside yourself when you're a teenager in your 20s, isn't there something that's drawing you to something else? Isn't there something that's giving you a reason for living? What do you think about your biology? What's going on the inside of you at that time? Your biology is going nuts, isn't it? Your biology is telling you things that you need to do right away. I gotta get a girlfriend right away. Gotta have sex. Kids? Yeah, gotta have kids. But is that something that you really want? What if that's something that maybe your biology is telling you when you're a teenager in your 20s, but then it starts to wane in your 30s, in your 40s, 50s? Your biology isn't necessarily telling you what to do, what path to take, where to go, your reason for living. That's something that, again, as boys, you know, when we're single and we're not fully developed yet, we haven't filled out yet, we're skinny, wiry guys. At least I was that way. I was only like 130 pounds, over 6 foot tall. I was a rail. I hadn't filled out yet. Wasn't cooked yet. But meanwhile, my biology was giving me a path and a way to go. I gotta fulfill this desire. And you know something? It's a very good reason for living. Especially when you don't have any other path for living. When you have no other options in life, the only option is your biology. Gotta listen to it. So what ends up happening? Well, I'll give you an example of what happened to me. You know, when your biology is just going nuts, it'll push you to get out there into the dating world. I was involved in like different churches, different young adults and whatnot, and the women that I was interested in couldn't care less. They weren't interested in me. However, Bertha was interested in me. Who is Bertha? Oh, Bertha is about 350 pounds. That's who everyone in the church was pushing me towards. What do you think? Can she be your reason for living? I don't know. Could be, right? Every opportunity that this girl had to be alone with me, I mean, it was just like this girl wanted to spend time with me all the time, but I wasn't attracted to her. The whole group was pushing me towards her. Charlie, this is your reason for living. Pastor would come up to you and say, you found your reason for living, haven't you? Look at Bertha. She's available. Not only that, pastor would point to a verse and tell you, you know what Paul says? It's better to marry and not burn with passion, right? Wow. Even God says that I need to marry Bertha. Bertha! 350-pound Bertha! Bertha, the one that no one likes, or no other guy wants, or no other guy will take. Take the leftovers because you don't want to burn. There's a path for you to take. That's a very, very enticing path to take, isn't it? Especially for a young guy who's trying to do the right thing. Go after the ugly. Go after the ones that you're not attracted to, because you need to ignore your biology. Ignore your biology and marry this woman. Marry them, because you don't have any other options. There's no other woman that wants you. So you have to fulfill this pathway for your life in order to be an adult. Don't you want to be an adult? That's a way to go. Another thing that happens is that there's the idea that if you don't take this path, then you're a lazy ass. The lazy single guy who won't lift a finger, who won't go out and do anything, who won't go out and try to meet girls. That's another path. That's another way of getting out there. You're lazy. That's the reason why you're not connected. You're lazy. That's the reason why you're not married or have kids. You're a lazy ass. That's right. You better get off your lazy ass and get out there and start talking to girls. And you need to be facing rejection after rejection after rejection, because they don't want you. But you got to prove them wrong, right? Got to prove them wrong. So you see the trap that begins to develop for single guys. Maybe I've heard stories of guys that end up marrying the bar hag, the woman who's at the bar all the time, who's just drinking, old, up there in age. But the young single guy, none of the women his age want him. So you have to be obedient to what Paul says in the Bible. He says that if you burn with passion, it's better to marry. There's bar hag off to the corner over there. It's got cobwebs all over her. You need to marry her. That's what that verse means. You got to marry the bar hag. And then you need to take care of her. With all her addictions, with all of her problems, with all of the poor decisions that she's made with her life, you got to carry the weight of all of it. Because you don't want other people to think that you're lazy. Trap! Is that something that you want for yourself? Is that something that sounds righteous, righteously appealing? So your choices, young man, are the single 300-pound smelly woman, or the 55-year-old bar hag, or how about this? How about the young single woman with 5 kids? That's an option for you. Can that be your reason for life? How about you make that your reason for living? I had an instance to where I was working in an office. I was working late, working some overtime. And the cleaning people came into the office And one of them was kind of a cute girl. She was younger, but it wasn't until later on that as she passed by, she had tattoos all over her arms and stuff. For me, that's kind of a red flag. All these tattoos, especially now. It wasn't the case in years past when I was a young man. But she had tattoos all over her arms and stuff, but she had a cute girl. Nice figure. I walk away to go get a cup of coffee and I come back and there's a note on my desk. She's given me her number. She says, she writes on there, I'm just looking to take a long shot. My name is such and such and here's my number. Wow. Never had that happen to me before. So I call her up. Turns out she lives in a bad part of town. Not only that, she's got 3 kids. I told her that, you know, it's nice to meet you, but, you know, I'm just, you know, I have a thing with kids. I don't really want to be around kids. That was my excuse. I mean, I'm okay with being around kids. It's just, I don't necessarily want them. I don't want to have to take care of them. I guess that makes me lazy. So she was obviously disappointed. She tried to call me up again, but I think that her biology maybe might have been taking over at the time. But then she realized what I had said before in the past, that I don't really want to be around kids. And so nothing happened with a relationship or anything like that. So done. So here are the options. Fat ass Bertha, 55-year-old bar hag, or single girl, pretty girl, 3 kids. One of the things that single guys are pressured with is the fact that they need to make a move. They need to find their reason for living through a woman, through a family. And that's that's true for the vast majority of people around, for society. But then there are single guys. There are single people. There's single people that have a sense of purpose that can be single-minded when at a moment's notice. Some people think that you need to have this long-term goal, you know, to where, like, once you get married, you now have a long-term goal of just staying together. But for a single person, what they have the capacity of doing is they can see a purpose right away, take advantage of it, and then move on to the next purpose. You don't have to stay in one area your entire life. You don't have to make an entire life commitment to this one purpose. With a single person, what you can do is you can see what if as a single person you are attracted to helping out kids? What if you are attracted to helping out a certain cause for a period of time, not for your whole life? What if that's the case? Well, as a single person, you can choose to do that. You can choose to make a commitment for a year, 3 years, or 5 years, not 50 years. It's an option. So let me tell all of you single men out there who just their biology is just flat out of control, that they need a relationship. You know what happens when your biology is fulfilled? In a 1 minute, all of a sudden you realize, oh crap, I just made a deal with the devil. You hear about that all the time on the internet with guys. They have sex with a woman, and then afterwards you have what? Buyer's remorse. They call it post-nut clarity, don't they? I don't want this woman to be my purpose. I don't want this woman to be my reason for living, especially those one-night stands that you have. Your biology is telling you to go right away. Got to get there. Got to get that means to an end. And once you do meet that end, you're like, oh crap. You're in their bed and you're like, I got to get out of here. Is that something that you want for yourself? When all you had to do was... So these are the things to think about. The single man trap. I've given you 3 different traps that are available to single men. You can thank me later. Take care, guys. God bless. Peace.